See, this is not a practice life. I want my hearse packed and my casket white. Time is winding up, that's what the pastor said. Trying to prepare myself for what happens next. If I'm a leader, bitch, it's on my own terms. Sabotage my life with my own words.
Explain the title of the album. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Obviously it's a faith-based theme, you know what I'm saying? But just at the time when I was working on the album, was just dealing with a lot of stuff, and felt like I was um being tempted in a lot of ways to get out of character, and you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, the right thing to do, but still like, you with the shit too, you know what I'm saying? And so that's pretty much, where it came from.
Mm. When you speak about temptation, what's that? Is it money? Is it women? Is it
Yeah, it's all that. It's money, it's women, it's liquor, it's fighting, it's all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Those are all the things that I was dealing with when I was writing it, you know what I'm saying? And just trying to not fall into temptation, but rise above it, you know what I mean? And not let that stuff take me out.
Okay. Um, this is different for you because it's on Mello Music Group. How'd you hook up with Mello Music Group?
So uh they were telling me that they've been watching me for a minute. They learned about me through Merce, and I want to say like 2 years ago, I was on tour out there, and I was in Tucson where their office is. We went and had lunch, just kind of chopped it up, and it was a cool little meeting. And then like a year later, um, I was out there again, and they pitched the offer to me when I left, and it was just right on time for me, really.
Okay. Um, my favorite song on the album is God Made Rap,
Hmm.
which is produced by Evidence. How did that collaboration come together?
So we actually did another song for the album first. Um, we did one song, and so it took me forever to get it back to him. And by the time I had sent it to him, he was like, "Oh man, I forgot I sent you that beat." He was like, somebody already using it." You know what I'm saying? And so he sent me the beat for God Made Rap, and it ended up turning out better, I think, than the other one did. You know what I'm saying? Um, but really, um, I got him through a few different avenues, but just kind of was, I hit up Sadiq at Rhyme Sayers, to get his information, and Slug, and they was just like, man, just shoot him a DM or email, and that's what I did. He was like, oh yeah, for sure, let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
Yeah, so he was really, really, really cool about it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Um, you got a song on the album called Sexyy Red with a clip of her talking. She she's a polarizing artist.
Hmm.
What is your opinion of Sexyy Red?
Man, I'm a nigga, so she like, as far as a female, she dope to me. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but rap wise, you know, I mean, I don't really look at her like a rapper. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? She's like a just just somebody who does music. You know what I mean? To me, you know what I'm saying? Because rap wise, she can't rap to me. You know what I'm saying? But she could do catchy stuff. But I just like her attitude. You know what I mean? I really like, just she remind me of homegirls I know. You know what I'm saying? And so I like that about her a lot. She herself. Um, and she having fun. She having fun being young, you know what I'm saying? So I dig that, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, that's really my opinion on her. I almost was gonna go to a show. She's supposed to come here a couple months ago, but I think they canceled it or something, rescheduled it. But I wanted to go check her live show out because sometimes you might hear a song or something like that, and you be like, I don't get it. And then you see him perform or see him live, you be like, okay, I understand now. You know what I'm saying? So I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. But because people do that with me all the time. You know what I'm saying? They be like, I can't fuck with this music, but then they see me live and they like it, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Um, so, I don't know. I think, like I said, I like the person she is. She just herself, you know what I mean? And she don't try to front fake, none of that. She just having fun, So I dig that about her.
Yeah. Um, man, there's so much I in my mind about her that
What? I want to know.
um I kind of see both sides. Like there's part of me like she's a young girl, she's having fun, that's cool. And there's a part of me like it's just embarrassing. Like
Hmm.
it's like do we need to hear about your booty hole? Like it's
Yeah.
like why?
Yeah, my daughter, she 12. She was like, why you name your song Sexy Red, And then I was thinking, damn, like, and so I asked her, I said, do you know who Sexy Red is? She was like, no. I looked her up and I recognized her face, but I don't know her, I don't know her music, you know what I'm saying? But then I started thinking, well, damn, I was glad that my daughter don't listen to her, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. That's yeah. You should be glad.
Yeah.
Um that's tough for me, man, because it's like I don't want to be hypocritical. I used to listen to Two Live Crew when I was a kid. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like there's a place for that stuff.
Hmm.
But I'm approaching 50 and I view it way differently now. Like I
No
don't
doubt.
like I'm like I don't know. Is that the message you want kids to hear? But
Yeah.
you
And
know,
that's the hard part because you know kids is buying that, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, yeah,
and really now it's become like a trend. It's like really who can outdo the next person, who can be the most over the top, but you know what I'm saying? Like talking like that, addressing like that. Yeah. So I definitely see that side.
yeah, yeah, and it is what it is. I'm sure, God willing, when she's 50, when she's 40, she'll look back and be a totally different person. And I don't know. I don't know if she'll regret this time, but she'll view it differently, you know.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. I mean, shoot, when she 30, she probably will.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
So,
for sure. Um, you got a song called Sacrificial Lamb where you speak about death and you say time is winding up. That's what the pastor said, trying to prepare myself for what happens next. What do you believe is next, and how are you preparing yourself for it?
man, I just knowing like I told you the other day, like, my homie's son got killed, you know what I mean? And he was like, he didn't know the person, just at the wrong place, wrong time. They tried to, you know what I'm saying? I believe they was trying to rob him. Anyways, they start fighting, he was whooping their ass, and they end up shooting him, you know what I'm saying? But so you just, it's like you just don't know what's happening next. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like I'm trying to get my mind, my soul, my spirit prepared for it. Trying to get my kids prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? And the pastor part is like since I was a kid, I always remember the pastor saying that. You know what I'm saying? And so, I don't necessarily believe like the old sayings are like, time is winding up because, we're living in the last days or something like that. But I think for me, it's like I believe that time is winding up for all of us, like personally, like you just never know, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm preparing myself like every day, any day could be that day, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, just trying to prepare for what happens next, whatever it might be, you know, and and for me that could, you know what I'm saying, that could be a reality, you know what I mean? So
Mhm. That's heavy, but that's real.
yeah,
For
yeah.
real.
So that's what that was about, you know, and like I said, you know, the tying it back to just, you know, faith and just, you know, believing in that, you know, there's a divine, you know, time for everybody, you know what I'm saying? Um and we're not in control of it, you know what I'm saying? But what I am in control of is what I'm doing right now to prepare for that.
So you believe there's an afterlife, a judgment, and all that.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Okay. I remember having this discussion with a friend, and he's an atheist, and he's like, "No, you just turn off like a computer. It's over."
Mhm,
And I said, "Man, that for some reason that sounds all right to me."
mhm,
Like if that's really what it is, I think religion, good and bad, has put so much in our minds about the afterlife that um it kind of shapes the way some of us live life,
mhm.
good and bad, like mm,
But I don't, I think in some ways he's right, you know, because I don't believe, like sometimes, especially like, you know, with the Christian faith, that they say like, you know, I see you when I get to heaven, or like, you know, we're gonna be walking on streets paved with gold. Like, I don't believe that. I don't believe those things. I believe that, you know, the afterlife is like it's, you know, like if I'm believing in the streets paved with gold and I see you, like not recognize you, then that means that, like, you know, there's no like spirit realm to it. You know what I'm saying? And so I believe that there's a spirit realm. So like, you know, there's no streets. I don't, whenever I die, I'm not going to see you and recognize you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't, like, this is just like flesh. This is not, you know what I'm saying, who we really are. So, you know, that part don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that, you know, the afterlife is like, there is a turning off. There is a, I guess, like an abyss in a sense. But I feel like there's space for the spirit to exist in that abyss. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
And
okay.
that's only because, like, you know, like I think that's just comes with believing in in spirits, you know what I'm saying, and you know, stuff like that, in the supernatural, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but this guy was just no abyss, no soup, no spirit, nothing. He was just like, it's over.
It's a wrap, yeah,
Yeah. And yeah, for some reason I found that like that has never been in my mind in my life that you know what I mean? Like that could be a reality.
yeah.
Um anyway, you on that subject, like the recurring theme throughout the album is your faith in God. Why is it important for you to give thanks to God through music?
You know, just because I feel like, you know, music has been an outlet for me and has been a way for me to communicate, a way for me to be heard, for my story to be told, for me to tell other stories, um, and I know, I feel like all these things are gifts. You know what I'm saying? My passions, whatever talent I might have, all these things are gifts, and so, um, you know, if it, no matter what the faith is, I feel like, um, you know, God, you know, he or she, I feel like, you know, it's important to just understand that like I just didn't come up with this on my own. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't wake up um with this on my own, and I know that that God, wakes me up in the morning. I know that, God put these passions in my heart. God has put these this talent and whatever else, on me. Um to be able to do what I do, just opening up the doors, you know what I'm saying? Like why that's another reason why, because I think about, where I am, where I'm from, what I've been through. Like I can't, it's impossible for me to have had all these doors open to get where I am without, help. You know what I'm saying? And so I just believe that, that God is, helping to orchestrate and, give me favor and, give me a platform in a lot of these spaces.
For sure, man. That's definitely how I feel. Um, it's hard to explain to people because it's like, atheists tend to be like, show me, like,
Mhm.
where's your facts? But it's so hard to do. Um, like I've seen things, bro. Like
Yeah,
I've lived things that let me know God is real.
yeah, same. Yeah, exactly.
But you can't just say that to somebody who's a doubter. Like it, it's hard to explain. But
Yeah.
man, oof,
But
I'm
yeah, and you think about it like this, it's like somebody told me this a long time ago. You can't argue somebody into believing it. You know what I'm saying? You can't talk somebody into it. They have to like you just said, you've seen things, you know what I'm saying, you've experienced things. They have to see and experience and have those moments on their own to understand it. You know what I mean?
yeah, and I think that's super important. When I was young and getting into religion, I was gung ho about like telling people about it. Like, this saved my life. You need to be on this.
Yeah,
And as I got older, I saw that as obnoxious. Like I hate when people do it to me.
yeah,
And it's really as simple as do your thing. It's a personal thing.
yeah,
And I think that's the way it should be. I don't think we should legislate with religion. I don't think we should force it on schools. Any of that.
yeah. They're doing it right now in Oklahoma. Like the Oklahoma school superintendent, he like is trying to put a mandate, or he is putting a mandate where they have to have Bibles in every classroom, and they trying to spend millions of dollars to make sure every classroom has Bibles. And it's like, no matter what my faith is, like that's even if I wasn't a believer, that's not gonna make me, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't make me believe nothing. You know what I'm saying? I think about my kids. I have two daughters, and my youngest daughter, her mom is Pakistani, and they practice the Muslim faith. And my daughter, you know, she practices Muslim faith and she practices Christian faith. You know what I'm saying? And when she's old enough, she'll be able to decide. But like I don't want her to have to I don't want her to go to school and then uh, making her feel some kind of way because she's Muslim, or her parents or her mom's Muslim, or her grandparents are Muslim. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's important. Like forcing stuff on kids is just bad, man. Like I was raised in church and I hated every minute of it. Like if when you're a kid, well, let me preface this: going to a black church,
Yeah,
going to a black church, you're there all day long,
yeah,
and it's super like loud and emotional, and like a Baptist church. I was raised in a Baptist church, and I don't think I learned anything. I never went to Sunday school, but God knows how long the day would have been there. But I didn't get anything out of it as a child.
yeah.
As I got older, I converted to Islam,
Hmm.
and it gave me answers to things.
Hmm.
Um, Even then, I don't think that's something you should put on a kid.
Yeah, it's too much, man. And and especially, if we're being honest, the Christian faith and the Bible have been like some of the most destructive and like especially for black people, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know, man. I just think people need to, especially when it comes to religion and faith, people need to be able to decide and rock with whatever they want to rock with. That's why I like with my daughter, like, you know, um, you know, I love that, what I'm saying, she's getting the Muslim faith. You know what I'm saying? I love that, like we stopped eating pork in our household and everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know, man. I just, a lot of that, to be honest, a lot of it now is not even Christian, it's white nationalism. So
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Like, it's unfortunate that we like paint religion like it, at its core. You could say like Christianity has been bad for black people. You could say it's been great for black people.
mhm.
Where would black people be without faith
Yeah,
during?
the civil rights movement and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But if you want to talk about the history of black people in America, yeah, it was forced on us.
Hmm.
I mean, it's complicated. People talk about Islam like, oh, Islam was forced on Africans. In some places, it was. In some places, it wasn't.
Hmm.
There's traders. There's like Arabs would travel and sell spices and stuff, and say, "Hey, check this out," and they
Hmm.
converted people. Some say it was spread by the sword. It was in some places. It's complicated. So it's like we can't paint like religion. Like right now, Muslims are the terrorists to Europeans, right?
Hmm.
There are terrorist groups, but Europeans have been terrorists, or
Man,
Christians have been terrorists
it's
for centuries, right?
yeah, it's in their DNA.
Well, I won't say that, but I will say everywhere Europeans have gone, they've killed, converted,
Hmm.
like taken all the resources, and that's why they are where they are now.
Hmm.
And they did it under the cross.
Yeah,
So I think we need to separate like people's actions from the core of what faith is. Like,
yeah,
this has nothing to do with Jesus.
yeah.
Zero.
I
But
agree.
it's real easy to do. Oh, they're all bad. Oh, they did this. Oh, they did that. It's people. People are doing these things, and it's
Mhm.
not the religion. We could go on and on about this, man. We could go on and on.
That's sometimes some of my favorite things to talk about, though. So
Yeah, me too. Me too, man. It's yeah, it is for me too. Because it's done so much for me. Uh, bro, I was in like when I before I was going down a horrible road. I was going down a when I was a teenager, I was doing some horrible things. And you got the X hat on. It's like when I read the autobiography of Malcolm X,
yeah,
it changed my life.
yeah.
But it was gradual. I was like, okay. I was 12 when I read that. And then I just kept studying because Islam is like it's not you don't just jump into that.
Yeah.
Like it's life altering. Like you should talk about giving up pork. It's a lot you have to give up. And
Mhm.
I was a teenager. I was drinking. But when I hit 17, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. And changed my life, man. Like bro, I would have been dead or on the street or and that's another thing. Like it came from like I'm not Nation of Islam. I'm Sunni. But I was listening to Minister Farrakhan tapes, cassette tapes. I would
Mhm.
watch his speeches. I would go see him speak. He's the one that really put the battery in my back to be a better man.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like it really bothers me when people say bad things about him because I know what he's
Yeah.
done for black people.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I listen to him speak. I watch his speeches. Like, um, he is. He says some of the most like profound things in his philosophy. His philosophy, not just behind his faith, but just behind like black people.
Yeah,
It like it's probably it's. I want to say like he's probably the last of like the profound like black leaders, like the real, like what I'm saying, the last ones.
we last from that era. I mean, what he 92 years old now, 91? Yeah, he's definitely the last. And I hate that he's been painted with all this name calling when that's not his thing.
Mhm.
His legacy will not be what they say he is. His legacy is resurrecting black people from the
Yeah.
mud. The
Mhm.
same as Malcolm X, who taught him. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Same as Elijah Muhammad, who taught him. It's, you can't, man, bro, I would not be who I am today without him.
That's what's up.
And I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Thousands of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's important to me. And I won't let anybody say anything foul about him ever
Yeah. Yes.
because because he's so important for us.
Mhm.
And I find that black people have more negative things to say about him than anybody. But again, I'm not tolerating that. You're missing the big picture.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, the thing about us is we're more times than not, when I hear black people say things about him, it's something that I've heard or read that somebody who wasn't black said, right? And
100%, 100%.
and so, you know, I don't know why we tend to be so self-destructive as a people sometimes, but um, you know, we we criticize our own people and we move the goalposts for other people. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, 100%. You see it with the with this election, and I don't want to get off in politics at all. I Politicians are politicians to me. However, you're not going to tell me that this woman is worse than this man that openly hates you. And I've seen dozens of black men say, she's this, she's that. That's just not the case.
yeah,
This other
but
candidate has shown you what he thinks of you.
yeah, and
Period.
continues to
Yeah.
like continues to but I don't know, man. When it comes to that stuff, I'll be feeling like we cooked. It's a wrap because I like people are so backwards, and it's just so frustrating and it just it just lets me down, you know what I mean? And not yeah,
Well,
I'm ready for it to be over. So
oh my God, yes, totally, totally. Okay, man, let's we could go on. Let's wrap up, man. What do you hope to achieve with the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak?
man, to be honest, I feel like I guess so I hope that I am able to like attract new listeners, you know what I'm saying? I hope that I, legitimize myself by being on Mello Music Group. I hope that, people start to recognize me as somebody who's actually in the game. You know what I mean? And that's really what I want, and just introduce me to people who have never heard of me. I feel like I have so far to go and so much more to do, but I also feel like I'm just like one thing away from like whatever that next level looks like for me, you know what I'm saying, as an artist, you know. And so but I'm also just hella patient, you know. That's, you know, this was the first project working on the album right now for Mello. Um and just hoping that, you know, that I can just grow and really just get to another level with this music shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that next level looks like. I know I'm at a different level now than I was, you know, last year or the year before. And so just not squander whatever opportunity or whatever, you know, I have gained just by with this release. You know what I mean?
Definitely, definitely. Um, I mean, God, I think the first time I heard of you was what's the project with Carlita Durand?
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. Was it hers? Was it her?
it was hers, I think. No, it was like a cold thing. It was both of you guys.
We did. So she had an EP that I was on. The song was called Lost Love, and we did a video. And then I had a song with LP that she was on. Um, but yeah, we did a bunch of stuff together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, and that
she.
was what year was that? That was a while ago.
I didn't even have kids, so that was probably like 2011, 12, something like that.
Okay, yeah.
And you know, and she's somebody else who kind of helped me to like introduce me to people, because everybody, you know, knows who she is and, you know, knew her work and all of that. And so for her to like, you know, put me on some of the stuff that she was doing and, you know, rock with me on my stuff was huge. You know, I met her on MySpace, you know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow, that's a throwback. Yeah. Um, yeah, so it's been a minute since, you've been doing it, man, and I definitely think it's time to take that next step.
Yeah, no doubt.
You
And I feel like we are, so I'm excited, man.
yeah, no doubt. All right, JB, thank you for joining the realhiphop.com, man.
Man, appreciate you, bro. I'm excited about this. This is that next step for me, man, getting hit up by you. So I appreciate it.
No doubt, man. All right, peace.
Appreciate you, my brother.
Thank you.
Look, imagine being rich and couldn't smile cause you're broken. Like an amateur with photos, you need help with getting focused. Hope you learn this family first and love the soil that they grow us. And all that extra money that you made is just a bonus. When the healing takes place and trauma gets erased, never hold it over your head or ever bring it up again.